WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in the United States, to be exact, New York City, Brooklyn. So this is Kings County, Straight Rye, 51%, batch number 2. This was actually a gift from one of my fans. Thank you very much, Andreas. Now, this is actually not a New York straight rye, but rather an Empire straight rye. As we probably know, New York is the Empire State. That's why we have the Empire State Building there. And 6 distillers actually got together and decided to agree upon the classification of New York/Empire Rye. That was the Black Bottom Distillery in Albany. That was the Cooper C in New Platz. That was the Finger Lakes Distillery up in Seneca Lakes. Oh, beautiful, beautiful area. I've been there before. Kings County Distillery in Brooklyn. That was the New Market Distillery in Brooklyn. That was the New Brunt Distillery in Brooklyn. That was the Toot Hill Town Distillery in Gardea, which is now part of Hudson. And there's the Yankee Distillery in Saratoga, New York. They decided that in an Empire Rye, there has to be 75% New York Rye. The rest of the grains can be whatever. For example, this is 80% New York Danko Rye and 20% English barley. And it has to be maximum 160 proof when they distill it, so 80%. 2 years in a new charred oak barrel, minimum. And the barrel proof is maximum 115 proof. And if you have those requirements, you have an Empire Rye. Congratulations, Empire Straight Rye, to be honest. And now Kings County was started with Colin Spielman and David Henkele. In the year 2009, the idea came up. 2010, they actually had their distillery in the Brooklyn Naval Yard. The Paymaster building, actually, they moved into that in 2012. They do have their own pot stills now. And this is an amazing, amazing rye whiskey, to be honest. Great nose. Really, really nice, great nose. I wish I had the Michter's straight rye to compare it to here. Unfortunately, I don't. The best that I have at the moment... we're going to do something else. We're going to pull out the big guns here. At least for me, that would be the big guns. This would be my Lot 40. I love my Lot 40. And so we're going to try this. Get out a glass as well. And just compare the two of them. Because this is, for me, the benchmark for what great whiskey should taste like. So, almost empty. But I have a new bottle, as you saw. So let's put this right. All right, similar yet different. I love the bottle design. It just looks like here my sample bottles. I have a little 10 cl sample bottle here. This is 375 milliliters. Basically the same thing. And the label, they actually have an old typewriter, the two of them, found on the sidewalks of Brooklyn, and they actually type the labels. Crazy. And they have an old hairdryer, if I'm correctly informed, still, that they use to actually shrink the little cap at the top. All right, so a lot of handmade stuff going on there at Kings County. So 51%. Here I have 43%, 100% unmalted barley, by the way. I talked to Dr. John in Frankfurt at the Interwhiskey. Very, very nice interview. You can find it on my channel as well. If you ever want to know anything about Canadian whiskey, Dr. Don Livermore is the guy who has resurrected and revived the Canadian whiskey segment. I'm very, very, very thankful for that. Guy / geek / whiskey expert. I get a lot more of the menthol, a little bit more of the eucalyptus here than I get here. What I'm really getting here, and this is really, really amazing, I've never had this before, is a sweet potato. So Thanksgiving is a few months ago, and you know those sweet potatoes with the marshmallows and the brown sugar on top. I'm getting a little bit of that deep darkness, that rich earthiness of a sweet potato. Now, it's got some of the other rye moments as well. It has a lot of the rye, a little bit here of the... Let me go back. I'm getting pumpkin, even pumpkin pie. That spice also as well. Allspice, very, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful nose. Now I know what I gave it for a grade in my German video. I gave it a B plus plus plus, which I've never given before because I was too stingy to give it A minus. But I did say I'm probably going to give it an A minus over here in my English video. Very, very nice. There's one tiny little problem. That was why the reason I didn't give it an A minus either as well. It's a little bit of a fairly young whiskey. There's a little bit more of a metallic type of moment in my mouth at the beginning. It's just not been in the cask long enough for it to be a perfectly aged, matured, and coherent whiskey. The nose is actually a tiny bit better than the taste. Going over here to my lot 40, ooh. I think I've said this before, but this is like just coming home for Christmas. This is just like coming home, and I'm just absolutely at ease, and this is one of those moments I just go, ah. A good friend of mine, that's his Lagavulin 16. If he has a Lagavulin 16, he just kind of resets. It's just, okay, pause, take a break, and deep breath, and the rest of the world can just do whatever it wants to. I'm at home. I'm in my safe place. The aftertaste is so good. What really surprised me here was the rye notes were actually stronger here. It's actually, the volume was turned up, not too much, but a little bit more here during the mouth experience, palate experience. Over here, the aftertaste is much vibrant, much more of a beautiful eucalyptus, a beautiful menthol, a beautiful rye moment. But here on the palate, this was actually a tick stronger, a little bit stronger. All right, so I'm being stingy again. Let's do a tiny little pour here. What I did in my German video as well was to add just a tiny little drop of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First of all, it actually improved the nose. And also here I get more of an anise. I get a little bit more of the allspice coming out. And also in the palate. There's even a stronger burst of all those pumpkin, sweet potatoes, rye, Christmassy, Thanksgiving-y. Good word, Jason. Yeah. Moments here. It's much stronger. It's a very, very flavor-forward, intensive whiskey. Amazing. You could dilute this down to maybe 35% and still enjoy it. The whole time I'm amazed that this actually feels like it's a soft, sweet, mellow whiskey compared to this. This is just a heavy hitter. This is very good. I am going, in my English video, going to give this an A minus minus minus, which I've never done before. Before it's always been B plus plus, A minus minus. Now I get a triple minus. So with a little bit of rounding off, this goes up in the A minus category. Value for money, that's really one of the toughest things. It's very difficult to find a normal price for this. I found prices online between $30 and $50 for 375 milliliters. If you can find it for $30 for a half bottle, I would say it's actually more of a B minus. Try it. Go get it. If you like a great rye, go get it. You might have a tinge, a little bit, just a twang of that metallic moment from being too young in there, but it's very, very subtle, and you can almost forget about it. But it's not perfect yet, but it's getting there. This is a fabulous, fantastic whiskey. I can highly, highly recommend it if you can get your hands on the Empire Straight Rye from Kings County. That's a great thing. And I just love the fact that they got together those 6 different distillers and decided to create Empire Straight Rye. If you go online, especially of YouTube, you just type in Empire Rye Whiskey, you'll get the Bourbon Pursuit broadcast. I'm trying to look for the word in English, where the people got together and talked about that, why and when and what happened and how easy it was to actually create the framework for Empire Rye Whiskey. Fabulous, fabulous. It's a fabulous, fabulous show. Please watch it if at all possible. So, Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare in exotic whiskeys. Not many people have actually done this at all in English, so it's my privilege to do it from Germany. Why not? And thank you very much for watching. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my videos come out. If I ever go to a whiskey fair, which I do maybe about between 6 and 10 times a year, and I get someone in front of the camera in English, I will actually do the interview in English as well. You can watch that as well. And thank you very much. Please comment. My question of the day is, what is your favorite Empire whiskey? What is your favorite New York whiskey? Maybe Hudson whiskey, maybe a Hill Rock whiskey, maybe here a Kings County whiskey, maybe a Van Brunt whiskey, maybe a Brooklyn whiskey, maybe a Yankee whiskey, maybe a Finger Lakes whiskey, maybe a Copper Sea whiskey, maybe the Black Button whiskey. There's so many different whiskeys out there from New York's at the moment. It's amazing. So what would be your favorite New York whiskey? Thank you very much for watching. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.